It was the middle of summer in full swing. The whole world seemed simple and serene, but the four tiny wolves in their den didn't think so. It had been 2 days since their mother had gone hunting and had not returned. Hunger began to torment the little predators. The cubs waited patiently at first, but then began to whine anxiously, as if sensing trouble. And when their stomachs began to cramp from lack of food, they began to howl pitifully, trying to tell the world their bitter fate. After another night without their mother, the wolf cubs finally decided to leave their shelter, for the first time going out into this vast world on their own. Everything here seemed scary and dangerous to them, but their empty stomachs urged them onward, searching for some food. They got to the clearing, but at that moment something terrible rustled in the bushes, breaking the branches. The wolves threw themselves into a heap, clinging to each other, and immediately the ground fell beneath them, plunging them back into darkness. "Bernie!" Stepan called to his old dog. A huge muzzle appeared from the bushes, and the dog looked intently at his master, as if wanting to understand what was needed from him. The man smiled. Go for a walk. I thought you were missing somewhere." The dog seemed to understand his words and immediately disappeared into the green bushes. Stepan sat down on a chair and adjusted the fishing rod, as if it could somehow speed up another nibble. No fish, Stepan thought with annoyance, looking at the hot sun. Why did I go to this lake today? I thought it would be less hot in the forest and I could catch a fish. Suddenly Vernie jumped out to him with a loud bark. The huge dog was clearly agitated about something. "What are you doing, friend?" asked the surprised Stepan. "Do you meet a bear?" The clever dog bounced away from his master, continuing to bark invitingly, as if to beckon to the man. You are strange today." Stepan was surprised again, slowly rising from his seat and not yet understanding what the dog wanted from him. But it was as if Vernie had been waiting for it. He immediately jumped into the bushes, continuing to call his master from there. Stepan followed the excited dog. After walking a few hundred meters, the man saw his dog come to the edge of the bear trap. "Bernie!" called out the owner to his dog. "Get away from there, or you'll fall in yourself." The dog whined, but never moved away from the dangerous edge. Stepan didn't argue, but only shook his head unhappily. Cautiously approaching the trap, the man peered into the treacherous hole. It was a classic bear trap, with sharp stakes at the bottom. If an animal bigger than our wolf cubs falls there, it will die a painful death. And our little ones were lucky. They crawled between the deadly stakes, almost unharmed. Stepan cursed to himself. What if a man had fallen there? What do those who dig them think about? "Well, have you found your offspring?" The man smiled. And Vernie, as if in response to the man, whined something impatiently. "All right, have it your way," grumbled the man, thinking how it would be easier for him to get the babies out. Now Vernie took charge of the 4 grey raptors. Like a foster father, he watched over them carefully, teaching them skills and keeping them warm at night with his own body. The wolves quickly became accustomed to him, and the man who brought them food every morning and evening. The wolf's body allowed the small predators to quickly recover from the stress and begin to grow intensively. By the end of the fall, the wolf cubs were already independent teenagers, able to hunt and get their own food. They still respected the old dog, taking him for a father. But more and more often they went into the forest on their own, obeying their instincts. And by spring the wolves were gone for good. Bernie was very worried. Now he accompanied his master on forest walks less and less often, preferring to stay at home. "Why are you so sad, old man?" Stepan patted his dog on the head. "They're young. They need freedom. You remember yourself." The dog, satisfied with his master's attention, tried to respond to his caresses, but still refused to go for a walk. Maybe the years had taken their toll, or maybe the dog's heart was taking his potting hard. Now Stepan walked alone through the forest, picking the first mushrooms of the year. The year promised to be productive, as the rains came regularly and the weather was warm. Stepan had almost a full basket of mushrooms when suddenly a family of boars blocked his way. The piglets, seeing the man, cheerfully raised their heels upward, trying to understand who dared to come on their path. Their cute appearance would have made them happy, but Stepan knew perfectly well that such babies don't walk alone, and their mother must be somewhere nearby. And so it was. A second later, the figure of a large wild pig, ready to pounce on anyone to protect its offspring, appeared in front of the man. This fierce and strong animal can fight back even a large wolf. A man can't resist it. Stepan was well aware of this, so immediately, leaving his mushrooms, rushed to the nearest tree and climbed it. But the boars, as if they had no intention of leaving the place, the disgruntled mother walked around the tree, tilting her snout to see the man hiding up there. She wanted to throw the insolent man down and tear him apart. This is not good, Stepan thought. She'll make me spend the night here. And finding nothing better to do, the man began to scream for help. It's not known how long he would have to sit in the tree, but soon he noticed how wolves began to appear in the clearing one after another. There they were. Stepan was amazed at first. What were they doing here, not far from the village? But soon he realized. After all, it was his wolves who came to his aid. Now they were large wolves, so the man didn't even recognize them at once. The wolves began to circle around the boar herd, as if playing with their prey, driving their deadly round dance around them. The pig's nerves were frayed, and she ran off into the thicket, taking her young with her. The wolves immediately chased after them, and Stepan was able to climb down from his hiding place and took his basket and went home. All night after that he remembered how the grey predators had come to his voice and saved him from a cruel massacre. Somehow these thoughts made the tears roll in by themselves. But not because the man was scared, but because he realized that even wild animals understand goodness, and even they know how to be grateful. Dear viewers, if you liked this video, then give us a like and subscribe to our channel. See you later.